Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Prancing Queens, young and sweet, only 17. I really love that song.
Hey, you ever been to Hamburger Mary's in West Hollywood?
Never.
You go there. You go there. You go into the bathroom.
What is a Hamburger Mary?
No, you go there in the bathroom. They have a disco ball, and this song is on loop.
Yes.
Actually, I've never been in the bathroom there. Now that I'm thinking,
Yeah, but is that only in the men's
You're
room?
lying.
That doesn't happen in the women's bathroom.
It happens in both. There's only 2 bathrooms, and they're both. Oh well, I guess.
maybe I use the girls.
Yeah, I don't recall that, but
Hi. Welcome. What?
I don't know. Maybe I was too drunk to know the difference.
No, you would definitely know if you hear Dancing Queen playing on a loop in the bathroom.
Maybe I just felt like that was the soul jam of my life.
Welcome to another episode of, I was going to say Dancing with the Stars. That's the wrong show. Felt like Dancing with the Stars.
Well, with Kim Johnson was there.
Yeah. This is RuPaul's Drag Race, if you hadn't noticed. This is episode 10. We are here again live. Who's with me?
Me.
Who's with me?
Jackie. 1, 2, 3. Jackie B.
And who's with Jackie?
Mark J Freeman, Lorraine Love, at Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE.
And who's with the both of them?
Cameron Marston.
Why are we applauding?
At Tamakava 777.
And who's over there playing random shit?
Hell to the knob!
That's Steven.
That's Steven.
That's the hottie that everyone's...
at band camp.
Okay, you got a lot of shit for playing
He's got
Let
a
It
lot of fun
Go
stuff.
over
He's been a
us.
very good
Oh
boy.
yeah, Let It Go. Cue up Let It Go.
No, not tonight. I'm your host, Kenny Harrison. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. This is episode 10, Prancing Queens.
Prancing
Any
Queens.
thoughts on this episode?
Well, can we say real quick, we have someone watching from Ireland.
Oh, hi, Ireland.
From Ireland.
And
We're all, because we're
Wait.
in all the YouTube now, we can
Sure.
chat live in all the studios. So we're gonna...
Welcome. Who's with us from
We
Ireland?
have, her name is...
It's
hold
a
on,
she.
where would it go? Hold on, I'm gonna
Okay,
say her
I'm gonna
name.
need you to have it already.
Well, I
ready
didn't know
to
you were
go.
gonna ask her name.
Oh, well.
Where'd she
Boom
go?
with that attitude.
Yeah, that's right. No attitude. Where'd
Anyway,
she go?
well,
maybe
Mark
she
is
signed
leaving.
out. I don't see
She was
her
like,
name.
I do not want to be named on this show.
Where did I say Team Ireland? Where did
I
say
would
that?
like to start by saying that...
Oh, here, Georgina Gaynor.
Okay.
Hi,
Watching in
Georgina.
Ireland.
Hi from Ireland. I'm wearing green, so I don't know if that's Ireland.
And Mark loves you, Jackie.
Aw, I love you too.
And
Mark.
someone's living
Okay,
from my
first
house.
of all, if we're gonna be playing over the entire episode, I will walk out right now and never come back.
I was gonna say, you're just encouraging him to do it more.
So, I hated this episode. I thought this was a boring episode from start. I didn't laugh. I mean, I laughed the second time I watched it. When I watched it last night live, I was just like,
I enjoyed it. I was neither here nor there. It wasn't my most favorite episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, nor did I find it horrible.
I kept thinking, and I feel like every week I say this, and I apologize for sounding like a broken record, but I didn't like. I just don't like the challenges. Like I was like, I don't want to see.
But you didn't. What about Runway? I love that Runway.
I wasn't too. You know what? I
loved it.
I like
That's
the
good.
I like the idea of both the Runway.
half. No.
But I just didn't like. It just didn't. The execution. I was expecting one thing, and I guess I didn't get
what you wanted.
what I wanted. And I'm talking as far as the maxi challenge and the Runway. So
I liked both mini and maxi challenge.
the
to be
mini
honest
challenge
with
was
you.
fun.
The mini challenge was so
And
much
I'm not
fun.
going to
That
take
was-
away from
that
it
was
just
funny.
because we didn't think everybody did well. I think I thought Violet did great for both challenges.
Well, let's get into
Everybody else
that.
is kind of boring to me.
Let's get into that.
Let's get
Okay.
into
We
it.
start off the episode with kind of like the teaser was, oh, we're gonna like shit on Violet,
Right.
Because everyone was like, oh, Violet this,
Set
Violet
up.
that, and well, now we know the outcome. But I just think that it's coming to the point where you only have 6 contestants and they have to milk whatever they can get because you don't have all this drama going back and forth. It's just, you know, the 6 of them and nothing's really happening.
Yeah, and Violet had said it too at the beginning too when she was talking about that she felt Fame was attacked on the runway because they all said who should go home and everyone said Fame, but I mean, I thought that was a little, like, stretch. It's like, well, they asked. Who do you... I mean, you know it's going to get asked. It's not... I don't think anybody who's on the show should take that personally. It's like, obviously everyone's going to have an opinion.
But the thing is, I think I'm okay... Well, I don't think it's fair for Ru to ask that question, but she asked. I think you can give your opinion, but the reasoning to back it up has to be a little bit better than just joining the bandwagon. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think I said this last week. I think Violet gave the best answer, and I agree.
Yeah.
I got what I wanted tonight.
I believe, like I said, I think Violet and Kennedy both gave good answers.
Well, yeah.
Because Kennedy was the first. There was nobody to rely on.
Yeah. So mini challenge.
I loved this mini challenge.
I thought it was very creative.
I thought it was creative and it was hilarious. And I still don't understand how Violet won. To me, she was not the best one.
I didn't think so the first time I saw it, and I went back and watched. I was like, yeah, she actually, because I thought Katya won the first time I saw it, and I was like, well, she just put tape all over her face. But like Violet actually had, and if you listen to the little blurb, I think Violet's was the funniest.
Well, and
I think Pearl's was the funniest.
I have to say that the funniest thing was Trixie saying that
she was
Mantle
Kelly
won.
Mantle. Yes.
I was like, oh my god, it does. I wish I was going to get a picture of Kelly and have him put it up. Because it looked just
she looked like Kelly Mantle.
Oh my god, that's
Trixie
totally
said some funny things tonight, including the fact that she thought she should have won.
Well, I mean, aside from you thinking that's funny, I do think that Trixie...
She said it more than once.
For some reason, Trixie has been funnier like in her off-screen like quips than she has been in the actual challenges, and I don't know why that's not
because
reading.
she's a supporting cast member.
She is, and I have to bring this up, and I wanted to bring it up 2 weeks ago. A lot of people thought that she got voted off early before Snatch Game because initially what she auditioned with Anne Frank. And I went back and I watched it, and me of all people, I watched it. I was like, "Oh, this is offensive," but it was also brilliant, and it was fucking hilarious.
Trixie's,
yes,
her and Frank. Online?
Yeah, it's online.
Okay.
It's like it's not long.
Tape.
Yeah, and she even explained. She said the producers didn't want her to even bring that costume.
Really?
So I mean, I
they probably just didn't want a chance that she would.
Yeah, that she would change.
I'm just gonna do it anyway.
Right. So
Wouldn't you just splice her out?
No,
I would. If you don't follow directions,
she would have been. I think. I mean, maybe, but
right? The business loves controversy. Splice her out and have to make this whole story about it.
Like,
I would.
the
Splice
way-
the bitch
She gets
out.
bleeped out. There's like a black bar on her face.
The reason we have this segment is it's just controversy. Everybody's gonna watch Logo even more.
This brings up a question: like, what is acceptable and what isn't?
Yeah,
acceptable?
I don't think Logo wants to represent people who were displaced because of World War II.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
I mean, they got rid of she-mail for crying out loud.
But that's because a bunch of people cried about it.
Well, I'm just saying
and-
they're
and
they're
the point-
extra cautious
and-
because
and
of
The
that.
point is they brought her back.
Yeah. They
So
did.
why not just keep her out for
Oh,
entirety?
somebody said the
Right.
Anne Frank video got removed.
Oh, did it really?
Oh, I
I
haven't
wish-
seen it yet. I know
oh,
people tweeted it to
was,
me, but
Darn it! I
It was
missed
quite
it.
funny. And,
I'm gonna tweet her
And
and tell her
again,
to
this
send it
goes
to me.
to along the lines of like, now we can't even watch it on YouTube because
Right.
well, people are up in arms about it, so we're gonna pull it. You know what I mean? I feel like that's
If
kind
you
of
don't
like infringing.
it, don't watch it.
Yeah, it's like infringing on your freedom of speech,
Right.
To a certain
I agree,
extent,
100%.
You know, that's like people telling me that I can't say certain words.
Yeah.
You know, now and then when I ask, well, what can I say? Well, just don't say this. Like, I don't understand that.
well, I think
don't-
there's
I-
also it's like you have a freedom of speech, but you also have a freedom of
There
like,
shouldn't.
wait, but you also have a freedom of like discretion as to when is the right time or the not right time to say something.
But I feel like, and the key word is but, freedom of speech. That's it. There's no buts. You shouldn't be like, you can say this, but hey.
no, you
can't.
do. You have a freedom of speech, but
we're going into this again.
I know.
I know.
Yeah.
We have the freedom of speech. but along with the freedom comes responsibility and repercussion.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't care what anybody says, as long as they're prepared for the repercussions
Yes.
of. That's always.
But
been
now,
my
but
stance.
people aren't. They don't want to even get that far in the
And I get
conversation.
it. I get it. Moving on.
Anyway,
Can I ask a question here?
Sure.
Because somebody wrote something and I don't really know what it meant. It says this whole season is so staged in response to Bianca's season. So last season, but I don't know what that means.
probably means that.
I'm just curious. That was. I don't
Well,
know.
I feel.
Who is that?
I felt
my-
last season was just as
Yeah,
I want him
'cause
to explain what he means by that. 'Cause I don't. Michael.
my gripe with last season was that I thought Adore should have gone like episode 2.
No.
But they kept her on for, I know. They kept her on. They ushered her. It's as if they're ushering, and I said this last week, they're herding
guiding,
the sheep
yeah.
into how they want it to go.
And I was gonna say again. I'm gonna sound like a broken record.
We all sound like that.
Say it.
But the whole thing with yeah, it's RuPaul's show. She could, but it's like we talked about this before. Whether it's they're going to be judged as a group or individuals. We want to get rid of Trixie, so we got to pick bottom. Make it a team so that Trixie can be in the bottom. Because I don't think Trixie was bad. I thought
No,
Trixie
I
was
don't
great.
think so either.
And just because what was
Ginger?
what was the judge? Rachel Harris. Mm-hmm. It's just like it's all a matter of opinion, and some people don't lean towards campy drag, and I get that. I completely understand that. So to not like it because it's not your thing doesn't make it her performance bad.
Right.
No.
She did a great
So,
performance.
With that said,
Do you feel that out of all 6 people, who was worse than her?
I don't think she was the worst. of
I would
everybody.
like to throw in to comment on the judging. I think that this was a particular challenge where you had to rely on your partner. It wasn't as though, I mean, yeah, they broke off into like their own thing, but I watched it as a group. I didn't watch like Ginger performing her egg lady thing versus Trixie not doing anything in the back. I think that's totally different.
Okay.
Unless you are playing at that same level. I think in a dance competition, I'm watching the two of them and their dynamic. So
Didn't you kind of feel that that's how they expected it to be judged? Even in the workroom, it sounded like they were making comments expecting that the losers would be judged together.
But
but
the interesting thing is when in the Untucked, they all thought they were going to be individual because I was actually surprised when Katya, when all of them, everyone except for Trixie, they were like, I think I'm going to go home.
Right.
Every
Exactly.
single one of them except for Trixie.
Exactly.
Well,
So-
here's
Even Violet thought she was gonna.
Yeah, they
be
each
singing
said it.
Here's
Maybe
the-
Kennedy. She was probably the only other one
Yeah.
who didn't express
care.
it. Yeah.
Here's the thing about this competition is no one is like a trained dancer like Alyssa like last season where you're like, okay, someone out of this competition is really gonna wow me. So especially when you're someone like me who's done a lot of dance and you're watching it and you've watched many seasons of Dancing with the Stars where you see people even out of their element
Right.
grow to become really, really good dancers, and you don't expect it. I was watching this and expecting, okay, they're going to turn it around and it's going to become really interesting. And I was just like, I don't know how much rehearsal time they had or
Right. We don't
whatever
know
it
that.
was, but it was everybody was kind of like meh. And so it's like, who do you pick to go home when everybody's kind of on the same level? The only one displaying any sort of difference being Ginger being the worst. Like, I
Right.
think we can all agree that. But other than that, it's like, I don't know who else to
I
pick
even
out.
watched it the second time I watched it. I was like, Ginger wasn't actually that.
She
bad.
wasn't, and her
Compared
robot
to-
and stuff I thought was pretty great.
compared to like Violet missteps.
Yeah.
Pearl missteps.
Yep.
Yeah, there were a lot of
It should have.
Not
If you ask me,
missteps
Pearl and
and-
Violet should have been the bottom two.
There's missteps, and then Jackie knows when you're preparing for a count. Like if you're standing there waiting for the count to hit, that's pretty bad. Then that was Ginger a lot of the time. Like she was waiting for the to start, and like she's like, "Oh, it's almost here." So it was just bad. It was bad.
There was, like,
They were
a
all-
lot of-
they were all like.
Yeah,
sorry, I
they
didn't
were
mean to
all
cut you
like,
off.
no, it's okay, but it's like when you talk about music, you talk about people being in the pocket of the song. Like when you dance, you talk about being on count. Not a lot. Like there was not a lot of people dancing on count. Like you're watching it and you're like, this is like all over
Right.
the place. And in some cases, I thought like with Pearl and Kennedy, they're selling it by being so funny.
Oh, right.
That you're like, okay, it doesn't matter that neither of you are particularly doing a good job, but I am entertained.
I wasn't even entertained. I think that's what bothered me. And I get the whole spoof on Dance with the Stars. I watched it, and my other problem was they tried to make Carson Kressley
like
a professional.
Yeah.
And I watched.
He has been on Dancing with the Stars, okay?
And I remember seeing him on that show, and he did one number that he wasn't a dancer, he wasn't good at all, but he did one number that I actually was entertained by.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I just don't buy into this whole. And I love Kim Johnson. She's one of my favorite.
I know that's like the first time I got excited about somebody that was
I've actually
on the season. I was like,
I've actually seen her at there's this. Oh, in the Valley. What's the name of it? It's a cowboy. Oil Paris. She's been there a couple of times and I've seen her. She's so cute.
Oh, really?
She's so sweet.
Now I'm gonna go.
Does she live here now? Do you think?
I think she lives in LA. I think she's still on the show. But
yeah, she is. She is on the season.
It's just one of those things. It's like they're playing up this whole I think you mentioned the whole disjointed. The whole episode was disjointed because did they go to the runway first and then they go to another to do the performance and. Did the judges watch the performance live, or did they watch it?
I think they watched them on the monitor.
I think so
when they were
too.
on the runway. I'm guessing. I don't know this, but
it was just.
But I was gonna say the one thing we can probably all agree on that they all agreed on that someone just in here mentioned, Haley Smith, that everybody wants to fuck Pearl. Sorry, I said that. Oops, sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
No, that was a big theme.
But I think when you. They even mentioned, I mean, when you're sequestered for like 2 months, and you don't have privacy to handle your business.
That was mentioned in Untucked, though. Like, you get that jail syndrome where you're like, people are starting to
even
look
watching
real
the
good.
show now, I was like watching it, I was like, Trixie's not that unattractive as a boy. Wait, what's going on? I never thought that before. Even Fame, I thought that last week when she was going on, was like, she's actually kind of cute.
I do think, though, there's a psychology to the more that you see someone on your screen, the more that you get to know them or feel that you've gotten to know them, the more attractive they become. Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Wait.
Yeah. When I first saw Ryan Gosling, I was like, what the crap is wrong with this guy's face?
He's handsome.
But now I have bandwagoned because he has a cute personality.
Drive.
He has a cute personality, and I've seen his face so
What are we
much.
talking about? What is this, Drag Race? Ryan Gosling's Drag Race?
Ryan Gosling's Drag Race.
Well, I was gonna.
But I'm just saying that you see some people so many times on your screen, and you get a certain like affinity for them that they become
like Steven.
attractive to you.
People think of Steven.
No,
people think of Steven as attractive.
People saw Steven once and thought he was attractive. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
So that means, what Jackie's really saying is, come sit in a room with Steven and see if he's still attractive.
Oh, man.
Why, Steven's good. Yeah, Steven's all right.
Episodes of an after show with Steven. Let it go.
I was gonna make another gay sex joke, but fuck it.
But fuck it.
Thank you. Someone got it.
Oh, yay.
Mini challenge. Are we done with that? Yeah. There wasn't really anything. The whole episode focused on was how Ginger and how she couldn't dance.
Oh, the waterworks again.
It's just
Breakdown again.
Well, I'm just. This is why I was left bored, because I was just like, okay, give me something else. Talk about something personal. Give me something
I think part of the problem too with this season, maybe this is why people are feeling it, is because the queens being on the show have gotten smarter. So it's as much as you have a producer maybe prodding you and saying, okay, play up this aspect or play up that aspect, it's they know for the most part that it's they're going to have to go home and still be able to
live with themselves
and perform in their communities.
And then there's Laganja.
There's Laganja.
Either that. I mean,
sometimes we get a golden ticket.
Let's be real. The only two that have really been bitchy were Kennedy and Ginger. And because everybody else
Violet,
seems to,
and it's they
Violet
still.
Well,
she's she did a fame for me. She's trying.
Yeah, but none of the characters seem particularly bitchy to me.
And if you look back, you actually watched from episode 1. Violet was generally always in response to something coming off. That was just immaturity, shade, whatever. Whereas Kennedy and Ginger have always been kind of on the preemptive, always kind of attacking first. And like Kennedy said in the when they were in the workroom, she's like, it's the old lady brigade.
We're still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it doesn't surprise me. I think Violet's trying to break down the wall. She's still young. Some of her things don't always land as funny and come off like, but
kind of over that whole eye thing when they did in the confessional.
I noticed that.
The first time
because Pearl did it.
they both did it.
Now
And I was like,
Violet's doing
okay,
it
let's
more.
move along.
Yeah.
Like, give me something else.
Yeah.
That's it from like the mini challenge
The
and
mini
the
challenge.
rehearsals.
Although I have to say that one other thing that I thought was really funny that actually Violet said was when they were doing the taping, and she said that Kennedy looked exactly.
She
the
did.
And she did. I was just like, okay, yeah, she did kind of.
I just forgot about her. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Kennedy is Phaedra Parks.
She put like 3 pieces of tape on her forehead. Come now.
Well, are you saying that because she's dark skinned and you didn't see the tape?
No.
No. She was
was
saying
sitting
she
very
just
close
looked
to my
exactly like
TV
herself.
screen.
Yeah, I know. He's trying to stir it up.
I thought we were friends.
We are friends. We're BFFs. What else? Runway?
I noticed more that Ginger, her confessional thug mentality generally comes from idea of always wanting to hear her own voice. She likes to hear herself
Who's this?
talk.
Ginger.
Ginger. When she was in Tucked, and actually Katya was trying to go back in the building, and Ginger's like, "Hey, come back here." Like, girl, that's sad.
Yeah.
Ginger's confessionals are funny though, and you know what? A lot of the things that are funny about Ginger is her self-depreciating humor, where she called herself Honey Boo Boo meets Rosie O'Donnell, and she's called herself Bob Hoskins.
And
That's a,
Yeah.
Jimmy
self-deprecating
Dean.
is about
When
beating
she-
somebody to the punch.
I wrote
That's
down
why.
when she was in the confessional and she said, "From the country, we don't move like this." And she was
She's like, we
move
move
real
it slow.
I really laughed out loud on that one. That was funny.
So, Runway.
Yeah.
Here's my problem with this Runway. I'm setting my cup down. Because we had the bearded challenge earlier in the season, I feel like this was kind of like
A repeat.
more beard, more.
It was
Yeah,
only half a
kinda
beard
half and
if you
half.
wanted one.
And I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to make the pairing.
Differentiated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas I will say that was actually quite clever. That the choreography was done in a way that you see, like if you saw the male side of Jackie,
One,
you saw the
female
female
the
side
other.
of the other one. I thought that was clever.
We
Aside
always see
from
the
that-
female side of you, Kenny.
I'll see you next Tuesday.
Sorry, you
It
set
was
yourself
clever.
up for that. I had to say that.
The bag is open. Bag is open.
Anyway, I've been trying to be so nice to you all season.
No, please don't.
I'm just kidding. No, but I thought that was.
All right.
I thought it was clever, but I
Cameron just basically stabs me with a knife all episode. I have
dull
blood
plastic
dripping down
knife.
my leg at the end.
the Runway. I just said okay, and then this was supposed to be a sewing challenge. I would have liked to see them actually make their outfits.
I was
a
gonna
little bit
say
more.
they didn't make those.
They said, oh,
Or
well,
they made
were-
them before or something.
So that
yeah.
there's like
They got help.
Yeah.
No, but
I almost feel like they were given those. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just seemed like so like that, and everybody's was the same half.
It had to be
It had
for
to be.
the dance.
Yeah, it had to be.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I think, and I was watching a video, and Alaska said if she had to do half and half, she would have did a top half and a bottom half. And I was like, that's very
That'll
quite.
fuck up the competition.
Yeah, I know. But
Well, and-
this goes back to what you just said. They probably were given that stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
so they
Well,
look good in
and
the dance.
I don't know. We always talk about Raven and
Raja.
Raja's things when they were doing the identical twins or the Siamese twins, and Raja said, I would have had me and then my twin be like dead.
Yeah. And dragging her down.
And drag her down there, and I was like, "See, that's what you got to do. You got
But
to
see,
think."
and this is the thing
and
about
that's what I don't know if they're.
I think that's why the past queens have more like in their head. They're
Yeah.
outside of the box, whereas this group is not.
It's
so
also
much.
easy though. I mean, not like I'm saying that these are the best queens that we've ever had on RuPaul's Drag Race, blah blah. But in their defense, it's easier to think of something like when you're watching it, like what would I do? Like I do that all the time when I'm watching shows. It's easy to say, oh, what would I do?
Right.
So some Alice Wicker says that they made the female side, the boy side. They
Was
did
uniform.
Yeah.
But they got to accessorize. Like Ginger had that tacky ass bedazzling on hers.
Well,
on the
let's
lapel.
talk about them. Let's go down the list.
I'm never wearing my bedazzled
Please
suit
don't.
jacket around you. too.
Let's go in the order.
I have 3.
I loved Pearls. I felt
Let's
like
go in the order.
Pearl.
Kennedy.
Oh,
Pearl was
Pearl was
Pearl.
first. Pearl was first.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Pearl.
That was a wow moment for me. It was like Pearl came out and I was like, this is what this competition can be.
See, I thought her girl side was kind of frumpy.
I liked it.
I really
But
thought
I'm
it was kind
a
of frumpy.
Pearl's ass like everybody else wants to be. So.
Because when she said flapper, I was like, I even looked again. I was like, oh, is that a flapper? Okay.
I'm gonna make a general for all the queens except for Violet.
Okay.
The boy side, I looked head down. Everything was fine until everything was universal, pretty much. But until they got to the leg, and a lot of them had like that girl, like what do you call those? Remember in the '90s, girls used to wear the split pants, not a dress, but they had the split. You know what I'm talking about?
Culottes?
Squirts?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Squirts.
Pleat.
No, it's like a dress, but it was split dress
Squirts.
or
It's a-
something like that.
I know, 'cause I'm a girl and I wore them.
The leg at the bottom was more like boot cut.
Okay.
And it looked like something a woman would wear.
Right.
And a lot of them had stockings that fit both the male and the female side. Whereas the only person that did something totally different, if you go back and watch, was Violet on the runway.
Her shoes are different.
She had a red pump.
Yep.
And
she had a red
and
stiletto heel.
It was a red stiletto heel that was much taller than the boy
It was like
dance.
She walked unevenly.
Yeah. And you could tell that she was walking on her
Someone
tiptoes.
else, though, as
Catch
far as I
can.
remember, I think
I noticed it too.
someone else had a
too.
flat male shoe, though, like an actual male shoe on.
Oh, really?
And I forgot who it was.
But see, you're saying you
Ginger.
liked that she did that.
I like that she did something different. Now, granted, and she would have gotten total extra cool points had she danced in that same
Right.
because she did have this
Right.
the black shoe on,
For the dance.
but she like everybody else except for her had she had black socks for the boy, and then everyone had the same like nude legging.
Right.
stockings.
No, there was one more person, though, who had
think
a flat
Katya
heel
was-
shoe. Maybe it was Katya. Let me know.
Okay.
Do you
But
guys
I
remember
think
in
I
the
looked
chat
at
room? Let us know if you
Yeah.
can pull
so
it up.
if you're gonna watch it, you know. But that's my only thing. I was nobody
You
wowed
liked
me.
it? What? Sorry. You liked the different shoes?
Yes, I like that.
See,
I don't
I
like
kind of thought it was
conformity.
awkward.
I don't like conformity.
That's why I wrote it down.
You didn't think it was awkward?
Because you could see her kind of.
She was actually like the girl side was level and she was on her tiptoe for most of the boy side.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
The
I'm okay
only
with that.
one that was awkward for me was, as much as I love Katya, her seam down the middle, most of them had like an effortless seam, or it's like one really blended into the other. Katya's, I don't know who sewed it or what
Ginger's
happened.
was bad from the back.
Yes.
Yeah, there was like a uneven
pulled to one
line.
side.
It was pulled to one side, and Trixie's was a little bit like that, but it's hard to judge that because it's only based on the skirt, and the skirt
Right.
was really poofy. So I was like, I'm letting that one go because it's really cool and creative. But with Katya's, like, I was like, you didn't really differentiate yourself that much enough for it to really not matter that there was
I have to
jagged
apologize
line.
to you because I was yelling at you for going down the list and then I jumped around.
Yep,
down to
I was
Violet.
waiting for that.
So I'm sorry.
Sucker.
That's okay.
But I do agree with what you're
I'm gonna
saying.
generalize for everybody but Violet.
What about? Because I noticed this with Pearl, that she didn't have any boobs in. Would you have liked to have had one boob?
I'm fine with them not having boobs. It would
See,
have looked
it bothers
awkward.
me that they don't have boobs.
It would've looked
I
awkward.
still don't like that. I don't like that they don't put boobs in. I don't like that they're just painting their chest. I don't like breastplates. I don't know. I feel like it.
I
defeats
really didn't see the painting of the boobs. Unless I
No,
wasn't.
no, not this one. I'm just saying
Oh,
in
okay,
general.
okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
I
just
like
flazé-da.
I like boobs.
it's so
Flazé-da.
yeah, flazé-da.
Poor thing.
I do like the boobs as like a differentiation between the male and the female. And I think in some instances, like, I think it's like anything else, you know, it depends on whether or not it works. Like, some women are extremely flat chested. So if you manage to get an outfit and a look,
What are you trying to say?
you are, my dear. So if you manage to get an outfit and a look that kind of goes with that, okay, that makes sense. But if you look like you're just lazy, then no.
I think my least favorite was not Violet, Kennedy's. I thought it looked really cheap and
Oh,
like
I'll take Kennedy over Ginger any day.
yeah, Ginger's was bad.
Ginger's was bad.
Yeah. But when she turned around, I was like, Where?
Bad denim, that color, it was like green. I don't know if that was green. That was just horrible.
I think Trixie, I didn't like Trixie's makeup. From the waist down, it looked fine.
Kenny, somebody just asked who you think's going to win this season.
Who I think is going to win?
Pink Dolphin.
Oh, hey, Pinky.
Hi, Pinky.
How are you? I went bald for you this week, by the way. I think Katya. I'm putting my money in her basket.
I'm putting my money that Katya gets the Jinx Monsoon win.
You think?
Yeah.
Really?
The underdog fan win.
I have a feeling. I don't think so. I think it's going to...
I thought she asked me.
I think she's going to be... well, I'm just responding to her.
I'm trying to make myself relevant, like everyone on the internet.
I think she'll be top 4. I have a feeling she'll be 4.
Well, they only got 5 left, so
well, I know, but I think she'll be top 4. I think she'll get congeniality, but I don't think she'll be in the top 3.
Yeah, everyone thinks
I think
like
she's
her,
going to
though.
be the one. I think it's going to be Pearl, Kennedy, and Ginger now.
Gotta hope not.
Or Violet. I don't
I'll take
know.
Violet.
Okay, so
I feel like Rue wants Violet to go far.
I feel like
Just the vibe I'm getting,
yeah.
like was kind of like with Adore last season.
Yeah.
For you, I'm just feeling like no matter what Violet does, they have an excuse to make her continue on.
Yeah.
So again, it's her show. If that's
I just
what she
think
wants, fine. But-
I even before I watched last night's
Violet or Pearl?
last night's episode,
What are you talking about?
Violet.
Violet.
I think
I think
Rue's
Pearl
pushing for
genuinely
Violet?
has stepped it up. I will take back any things I said about her in previous episodes.
I mean, she's definitely flawed. I find her entertaining.
I'm getting more of her personality now. You can tell that she's having fun. Whereas at the beginning, I think we all agreed that she was just very flat, and we wouldn't have mind.
Cam is still up her ass.
Yeah.
Literally.
Eat it.
And well, I feel as though people have been wanting a big girl to win, so I mean, maybe that's where they're.
I will give her for Ginger. I've always liked when a big girl still holds a shape. She always seems to.
Yes,
she shapes
she
well,
really
so
does.
She keeps an hourglass for big girl.
Yeah.
The confessional thug thing got real tired for me real quick because she don't stand up for that. But I hope she doesn't win. I'm tired of the waterworks.
Ginge.
Yeah.
I don't think she's. But even when they said she was crying, I was
my
like, is she
mental
really crying? Like, was
capacity.
it
But
like?
you know what? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no.
It's just
Yes,
the
you did.
last 5 episodes, the last 5 seasons. You kind of knew who was going to win at
The last
this point.
5 seasons?
Yes.
Yeah.
You knew Raja was going to win. You knew Bianca was going to win. Jinx probably was the only one, but towards the end, you knew Sharon Needles was going to win.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, I have no idea who's going to win. Like, which should make this more interesting. Which I hate to admit, I don't really care who wins. If Katya wins, I will care.
Yeah.
Let me expound on Kenny's point. Kenny's point is he does care who wins. The problem is it just seems so manufactured this season. We talk about it every season. It's just really bad.
Yeah.
At some point, I mean, people make comments all the time. Nobody wants to watch the show anymore because it doesn't feel like there's any type of genuine or authentic atmosphere.
Right.
So,
Because there are other shows that like have you thought like American Idol. You thought Jennifer Hudson was gonna go far. She got cut early. But it's like I like to see that kind of shocking shit.
Exactly, but this is what I'm saying. I think a lot of this that we're talking about from the contestants is probably coming from the fact that they know that coming into this, it doesn't matter how good I do. It doesn't matter if I'm the best at dancing or creating this costume because they've got it rigged so that RuPaul, because it's her name, and I get it, she can pick who she wants and she can advance the people she wants. So it doesn't matter how good they are. So of course you're going to come in with an attitude like, happy to be there, but at the same time knowing.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that. But
Yeah.
I will say that I feel like when her and her producers they come out with the 14 people who are going to be on the show. I think she has an idea of.
Cam, Mark, and Kenny are my top 3 for season 8.
Sorry, Jackie.
You got congeniality.
I'll take that.
I think when they shoot the first episode, I think after the first episode, I think RuPaul knows, okay, these are going to be the top 6. So in between those, early episodes, there's ushering, once she gets down to the top 6, I think she already knows who's either A, that she wants to win, or she knows who's going to be in the top 3.
Yeah.
So yes.
No, I don't agree with what Mark's saying about the queens coming in knowing that it's rigged, and
you don't think they know already?
No, I think they know that, but doesn't mean that your talent's not going to shine through.
Exactly.
No,
We've
I'm
seen
not
queens
saying-
that come in here with
No, I'm
some
not saying that.
sickening stuff, but no, that's what it sounds like.
No, I'm not saying that their stuff's not going to shine through. I'm saying that I think that a lot of their, what you may be seeing as not trying and stuff is them just going like, well, it doesn't really matter what I do because
Mark is saying he misses when people wept uncontrollably when they were sent home.
right.
That is what he's
And I
saying.
miss
you know
season
what?
2 when you didn't want anyone to go home. You every lip sync you were like, oh my god, I don't want either of them to go home. And now I'm like, have a quadruple elimination. I don't care. Make it 4 weeks long.
Well,
I don't care.
I
And
think-
why bring Trixie? Like she didn't want Trixie back. She doesn't want Trixie to win.
No.
Why have another person come back if you're only going to send them home and they do
You
it
do
every
that
season?
for ratings.
Well,
I know,
keep
but
people-
it's
Do we
like-
think that Trixie should have stayed?
No!
No, that sucked. She sucked.
No.
She sucked a big small fuck. Never mind.
You know what? Here's
Now we're
Cactus.
getting another explicit
like
rating.
Cactus.
Thanks, Cam.
I can honestly say
a sinkhole.
Listen, and Untucked didn't make it any easier. It didn't sway it made it worse, and it made me say yes.
I
I'm
deserve
so,
to be here.
I'm so glad that she went home because number one, first of all, she's at the 2-minute mark and the 13-minute mark that she should that she would thinks
sure
that she was gonna
won,
win.
yeah.
That was number one. Then the second part was when as she's leaving, she was like, the first time I got eliminated, it was my fault. The second time, it was not my fault. And I was like, no, I'm sorry.
You think,
because if
you think
think
she went home because of Ginger?
no,
Oh, okay.
I think Ginger slayed her because if you watch, because she thought she was gonna win, Ginger was back there rehearsing her ass off while she sat there and talked, thinking that I got this in the bag. I don't need to practice. Da 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 da. And I think that was another reason why I'm like, yep, I'm so glad you went home.
Mark knows we were watching, and then when she got called for the bottom 2, her face was like, yeah.
Well, and then what I was gonna say before that is like throwing Ginger under the bus after you lost for the second time. Like you, first of all, you getting back on the show was because of Pearl. Pearl did that dress, and that's how you got back on the show. If it wasn't for Ginger, you probably would have been in the bottom 2 in the last challenge because you just happened to have a good partner and the other 2 failed. So, and we said this last week, she should have been the winner of the last 2 challenges. If she thought that she, stepped it up and she needs to be here.
Got it.
I'm glad she's gone.
I'm so proud of Kenny right now.
Why?
So many years I coached our team. I'm telling you. Just to hear those words come out your mouth.
I'd like to give some shout outs. Yes,
Yes,
Jackie, I want to
Jackie,
hear
please.
from you.
We'll read some of this.
We need more people commenting on iTunes because I can't give shout outs if you don't comment. So please comment.
Yeah.
Even if you watch on YouTube, comment on iTunes because that helps us as well. It helps people find AfterBuzz TV, and it helps people find our show on AfterBuzz TV. On iTunes and on YouTube. I'm giving a shout out to Thurston, who is a Twitter follower of mine. And then I'm giving a shout out to Neo, who is also a Twitter follower, who suggests...
From The Matrix?
Yes.
I knew it was real.
He suggested that in the Twins episode, they should have done a human centipede one, which I was like, oh man. That is an entirely different show.
People are writing dirty things to Kim.
Let's hear it. Wait, are you finished?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, let's hear it.
We're not doing that.
Can I read
We
it,
ain't
Cam?
doing
Do you
that.
care?
No, we're not. I don't care. I'm not shy at all. But I'm just saying,
if
I
Cam-
don't think it's appropriate. Steven, you should probably X that.
I won't read it.
Fine.
You can comment it on YouTube.
I read those comments.
I'll copy
by the
and
way.
paste it to you later.
Okay, good. Hey, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
I've been bullied before. I can take it.
Whose face is
We've
good?
all been
It
bullied.
wouldn't be the first. Anybody else have any? I just ran through Untucked by myself.
I am having a seat. Why did they say Mark have a seat? I'm sitting.
Oh, you never heard that? That's another one. That's another.
What does that mean?
Have yourself. That means.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Sorry, Greg. Not shut up.
The lip sync for your life. I'm sorry, Trixie's hands super gangly. She doesn't have good performance hands. I can't imagine. I'm thinking in her
Good
small.
performance hands.
Yeah.
I want you all to
Go
write
back and
that
watch.
down.
Watch her fingers. Her fingers
Write
are
that down.
Who is this?
Trixie.
Oh, okay.
Her fingers put them with Pearl's legs. What do you have? You get a creature.
Ursula.
You get those when you go to the car car dealers and they have those things. Yeah.
Totally do.
That's awesome.
Fucking Steve.
Anything else? Did we miss anything? We covered
Does
everything.
anyone think that the lip syncs for your life have been predominantly underwhelming this season?
I actually enjoyed this one. I love when Ginger got on the ground. And
that part was cute.
I enjoyed this one, but
and Trixie's choreographed part.
That was super bad.
That was kind of funny.
I wonder how the splicing looked, or how it looked before it got spliced when Ginger tried to go between her legs. I would have been pissed. I would have kicked her in her head.
Well, I don't think she did it. I don't think she was doing it to bring her down. I think she was doing it to be fun.
I don't think so either. But I still would have kicked you in your head.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or pulled her wig off.
Yeah.
Which was the same. In fact, it was the same half wig that she normally wears. So.
Somebody loves your Periscope broadcasts.
Oh,
Margot
thank
Lewis.
you. Thanks.
And someone loves my hair, Jen. Thank you. I love my hair too.
Did
And I'm
anybody
bitter.
find?
I don't know
Did
why I'm
anybody
bitter.
find or? I'm sure we all agree that Untucked is very disjointed. It's like they're talking like we're normally
Unlike
talking.
our show.
Alyssa Edwards. I'm like,
Yeah,
blink?
that was so random. I didn't even write. I think I wrote two things down
and
for
as she's
Untucked.
talking, I had no idea that the message was for Kennedy until like a good
I
5
thought
minutes
Kennedy
into.
was like the only one she knows personally. Right?
No, but I didn't know that that's who she was talking to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like I thought she was kind of like giving in, like she was going down the line. So yeah. This Untucked, I always not like Untucked, and someone read me for saying that, well, in the past you didn't like it because it was too contrived. Well, I'd rather that than have this mess.
Yeah.
I like this Untucked.
I think it's so.
Hey, Katya, ask them for
It's
a drink
just like
so I
my
can have it.
Periscope, which you should be watching before every AfterBuzz
Well,
TV
and you know
Drag
what's
Race.
funny? My husband doesn't really watch it. He'll watch it like if I have it on and stuff. Like watch it religiously.
Untucked or our show?
The Drag Race and Untucked and all that.
Okay.
And
I'm sure
he does watch this. He's traveling
no
right now,
choice,
so
I'm
he's
sure.
not watching as we speak. But anyways, it was funny because I was watching the Untucked at home one day, and he came into the bedroom and he's like, "What is this?" And I said, "It's the Untucked," and he's. So what? It's just a couch now, and like this is somebody that doesn't even really watch it, and I was like, "That's funny that you should say that," because we've had this conversation on the show, and I just thought, yeah, it's kind of just like now it's kind of
It's
like
budget
Wow.
constraints. They had to pay for RuPaul's hair.
And
yeah. At least we didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about
Okay.
I liked her outfit.
her reveal. At least, hey, I'm gonna say thumbs up. A different silhouette.
I like the dress before the reveal. After the reveal, I was like, I don't know, put it back.
Well,
I thought it
because-
was cuter.
It looked like
With
Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, it's a typical Dancing with the
maybe
Stars
that was
dress.
was that maybe her?
It's a dancer. She was a dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
It's a
yeah.
craft.
There's no big pink box. Greg
Well, yeah,
mentioned there's
that's
no
what
big
I'm
pink
saying. Like,
box.
if we had the pink box, we probably would have understood why Alyssa Edwards was talking to Kennedy.
Right.
You know?
They had to sell that box for more RuPaul accoutrements.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, tonight's judges, and I always get Rachel Harris and Leslie Mann mixed up. They are the same person to me. And Alyssa Milano, who was, I think, 8 months pregnant when they shot this. She gave birth in the beginning of September. So if you do your math, this has been in the can for, 8 months now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they film in July. I think they go in July to film.
Yeah. So they're done by August. So,
So
I don't understand why it takes.
Carson's boring.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Where's
boring.
Ross?
Bring back
Bring
Ross.
Ross. Yeah. Ross should be a perm. Or Dobby.
I do love Ross.
I'll take Dobby.
I love Dobby too.
I'll take Dobby over Carson too.
At
And
least
again,
Dobby created controversy.
Yes. See? Yeah.
It took this for you all to miss Dobby.
Michael said Alyssa's been pregnant forever.
Yeah, I know.
She was very
Well, she was
pregnant
pregnant during
on the
Project
show.
Runway All Stars too.
She
So
looked
that's
good.
why I was like, oh yeah, I guess they probably were filming it.
And then again, I like when judges have good critiques as opposed to just sitting up there and not really having anything
Yeah.
to say. Like Mel B was really good.
yeah.
I don't think that Alyssa Milano. I don't think Alyssa Milano had particularly good critiques. This is nothing to say against her, but I mean, she was pretty much like, "I'm just so excited to be here. I'm being nice to everybody." You know.
She had some constructive things to say. Like even when Ginger was having her breakdown, she gave her some words of encouragement.
Yes, but I mean, we've had judges. What's interesting is we've had judges be this season. Usually, to me, the guest judges are so excited to be there because I don't think they pay them. I think they're just there.
Yeah.
They're just there for like they're just there promoting themselves, or they're friends of Ru's or things like that, and so they tend to be really, really nice versus critical. Whereas this season, we've had a lot of actual, like, real critical guest judges, and Alyssa was more on the line of, like, previous seasons.
I think, and
maybe she got edited that way because of her pregnancy.
Right. And also, I think
and that's nothing. That's not bad or good.
I would like. I just mentioned Mel B. She was on Dancing with the Stars too, and she actually either won or came first place. She should have been a judge on this episode. Whereas, like, Alyssa Milano should have maybe done an acting challenge.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like, what's the girl who threw shade at Katy Perry that one episode? Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
She should have been on the singing challenge. You know what I mean? It's just like have the judges
probably when they're available. Too,
I know, I get that, but you know, try to if you know you're gonna have a singing challenge.
Yeah.
You know.
Shout out to Robin S. Show Me Love.
Yeah, that was a good
Oh
song.
the lip
I
sync.
love that song.
So that's pretty much it from the episode. I again, I feel like I'm a little
Underwhelmed.
There's no pit crew last couple of weeks either.
Bring back the pit crew.
They probably had.
Oh, you know what I was gonna comment on too is, and it's so funny because I didn't get it until I saw the, because they had the captioning on in the room I was watching it, the closed captioning when Trixie goes home and Ru says you put the tree in country, and I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. How are you the tree? But try.
Yeah.
Country is TRY. So when I saw it, I went, okay, he's just trying to say you put the try in country. But it was like when you just say you put the tree in country.
Well, take off tree.
Huh?
Take off tree from country.
Well, I don't think that's what she was saying.
Oh, Mark.
You guys are terrible.
I tried, you guys. I tried.
Okay. Should we move along?
Oh, what else? Predictions.
I don't have any news today.
I have predictions though. We should all predict our top 3.
Let's do.
Is next week top 3?
No, it would be top
Next week's
4.
top 4.
Ish. We never know. They might do a double
Stephen,
elimination.
Jen wants you to wear Elsa's dress in the booth.
Without being tucked.
Ew. Oh, that would be no problem. Top 3.
Oh. No, let's not do that. Let's just go for bottom 2 next week.
Okay.
Bottom 2 next week?
You would go for bottom 2.
Bottom 2 next. Well, I don't know about bottom 2 next week, but I know.
So who we have Katya,
Nope.
Kennedy, Ginge, Violet,
Pearl.
and Pearl.
I think Pearl and I think Ginger might be in the bottom 2.
Do we know what next week's theme is?
I don't know. I
haven't seen the
I'll
commercial.
go with Ginger and Katya in the bottom 2 next week.
We're saying who we want or who we
Who do we
think?
think
Who
is
do you
gonna be in
think
the
is
bottom
going to be in
two?
the bottom 2?
I think Katya. I'm sorry, I do. And not because she's bad. I don't know. I'm just getting a vibe that that's what
They'll
they
just want to do the Jinx Monsoon
Right,
edit
right.
where they have her lip sync before
Right.
she becomes a top 3.
I'm going to say Katya and Pearl.
Shout out to Greg Santiago.
Okay.
Don't you. Who do you want bottom 2?
I did already.
Oh.
I said Katya and Ginger.
Great.
I think Pearl and Violet are going to go home, and not next week, but I think.
You don't follow instructions, do you?
Yeah, because I don't want to say it, because I feel like Katya will be in the bottom, and I feel like maybe Pearl or Violet will have to lip sync and go home.
So you say Katya and a combination of either Pearl or Violet.
Yes.
Excellent. That's it. That's your show for this evening. Thank you for joining us.
Watch my Periscope before we go live, because I do behind the scenes with us.
And you can watch my Periscope on RedTube behind the scenes. Where can they find you, Cameron?
At Tamakawa777.
Mark.
At Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE.
Miss Jackie.
At 123 Jackie_B on Twitter, at 123 Jackie B, all one word, on Instagram.
And you can find me at Kenny Cherison on Twitter. Steven, you want a shout out? Thank you for joining us. Make your comments down there.
And thank you guys for joining the live chat. That was
that
nice.
was really nice.
And Jen, you're welcome.
We'll see you next week. Episode 11.
And Michael and Miss Christina.
We're out.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Drag you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.